Hi guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today we're doing my top 5 favourite video game characters. Now, within video games you will see a lot of characters that will make your journey throughout the game really memorable. But for this particular list I'm just going to be talking about characters I find really interesting, and I'll be excluding the main protagonists, and I might leave that for a future video. So, for number 5, all the champions excluding Link from Breath of the Wild. So this is Daruk, Mipha, Urbosa and Revali. Now what I like about the champions from Breath of the Wild is that they all have their own unique personalities. So Daruk is kind of like the headstrong, protective Goron guy, and I really like how he tries and looks after Link and how he knows how much responsibility Link has as Zelda's chosen knight. You've got Revali, the kind of like arrogant jerk who always has to one-up someone, and Link in particular, because Revali thinks he can actually defeat Calamity Ganon all by himself, and he doesn't need Link's help, or anybody's help for that matter. Mipha is kind of that sort of it's kind of hard to explain. For Mipha, I would say she has that sort of calm nature to her. She wants to like help out in any way she can and give any of her like words of wisdom and that sort of thing. And with Urbosa, I think she's kind of like the mother of the group. And if you've seen like her memories that she's appeared in, including her DLC memory with Zelda, she kind of has that like mother personality and that strong Gerudo passion. For number 4 is MJ from the Spider-Man PS4 game. Now what I like about MJ is that she, like some of the like the champions, she gets to help out throughout part of the game. And I do quite like her stealth missions because I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea for the game to have characters that don't have specific powers, like if you're able to like swing throughout Manhattan or stick to walls or have a spider sense, that sort of thing. And I really enjoy how like you could basically use different things to your advantage. So you can use like a lure that makes a sound. Oh, can't speak. That uses a sound to detect for enemies to go towards or push certain boxes or speakers out of the way to get past certain bad guys. And I do like how in some of her missions that you do get to play as MJ, she does kind of like intertwine with Spider-Man, like how she might be able to take like some of the bad guys down by herself, but also tell Peter when to take out the bad guys. For number 3 is Linebeck from Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. Now, I'm mainly going to be talking about the Linebeck from Phantom Hourglass, since the one from Spirit Tracks is basically a long distant descendant from the Linebeck from Phantom Hourglass. So, the Linebeck from Phantom Hourglass I really enjoy because he starts off as this sort of coward pirate guy who just only wants money and gold and treasure and stuff. But towards the end of the game, he does stick up for Link, and I liked how, before you fight Bellum Beck, Linebeck uses the Phantom Sword and basically stabs Bellum with it, and I think that's kind of like a nice sort of change of heart and bravery of Linebeck, and I really love his character as a whole. For number 2 is Rosalina from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and Super Mario Galaxy 2, even though she appears at the very end of Galaxy 2. But, yeah. And what I like about Rosalina is that she's one of the few Mario characters that has an actual backstory. And unlike Lubba, who I kind of wished had much more of a backstory, the only thing I know about him is that he's on a Mario spaceship and he's in charge of a bunch of Lumas. But with Rosalina, you kind of get a backstory with her because throughout part of the game, you're able to go to the library on the observatory, and you can view different storybook chapters of how this lost girl helped Illuma, and I really liked how that was Rosalina's character. And for number 1 is Ryuji from Persona 5. Now, what I like about Ryuji is that he's one of those. He's that guy who's instantly your best friend. Like, what I mean by this is that if you go to like school or college or whatever, you always have that one friend who just has full of energy and always goes into things like headstrong, full of determination, full of like just raw guts, basically. And I really like that about Ryuji, because not only does he like doesn't take rules into his like own way, but he also like has a really cool kind of like a really cool sort of backstory. Well, not cool backstory. Like, what I mean by I'm talking about is like how he overcomes his past, and because he wants to like basically change Komashita's heart. And if you haven't played the game, I suggest you play Persona 5 then. But if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean, yeah. So that's been my top 5 favourite video game characters. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.